Alright, sweet. Cool. I'm Kurt. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Kurt.
Thank you for coming out. It's been a really crazy 10 weeks over here. I'm sure you guys know what we're going through at the same time. A little bit about myself. I do not have a web development background. I have no coding experience, just like Raphael had mentioned before. I did do a little bit of studying on my own before I came here. However, I think this course really jump-started and accelerated like our knowledge or skill, something that we definitely couldn't do on our own in this amount of time. So I definitely want to thank all the instructors, the staff, Ed, Sean, for putting this all together and allowing us to come here. So I was in the Marine Corps for 6 years, and I didn't really do anything other than shoot stuff. So so those skills didn't really carry over, other than like teamwork, I guess. But then I moved on to music because I've always been a musician at heart. Did that for about 4 years in Hollywood, and I think I still, am interested in being a musician. But I started looking into coding, and I just liked the ability to have a technical side, but also be creative at the same time. So it kind of like hits both of those areas, and I really like to help out people. So I think this would be great. It's nonprofit stuff that you can do out there. You can do it like anything, and this is all like accelerating our society. So I thought it was a really good industry to get into. So about my app, I've always been into cars for the past like 20 years, building them, racing them, buying them, breaking them, and selling them. But basically, I wanted to aggregate a system where you could go and kind of just figure out, what kind of performance parts you want for your vehicle. So how many people have owned a sport car in their lifetime or own one right now? Quite a few. How many of you with those sport cars have wanted to smash down on the accelerator pedal regardless of what the sign says on the road? Me too. Okay, so basically I'm kind of adhering to you guys, and myself, of course. A lot of times online in forums, people are asking questions like, hey, what should I buy? I just bought this car. Should I get this part or should I get that part? And so they'd get a lot of responses of, subjective matter, and nobody really knew, what to get. So in comes Eur Tune, a little play on European cars, and your own tune. So this is the about page. What's that?
I was just zooming.
Oh, okay. So here's your home page. Basically, the functionality is you come in. I just want to make it easy. Just press the down arrow. Here is selecting your vehicle. So let's just do 98.4. What year should I do?
2008.
It's good here. So it's going to populate just a generic picture of your car, give you a little title. And at the bottom, what it's going to do is I have 4 parts right here that are the main contributors to adding speed to your car. Now, there's a lot of other parts in between. However, these are the top components you need. So if you click on one, pops up and it gives you some choices here of different types of parts and also the horsepower related to it. It also gives you a nice little graph here so you can see like, hey, how much horsepower am I putting out at each RPM. And also each one of these images will give you a link as well. So it'll go to the actual part. And that works for the exhaust, intake, and ECU chip as well. So they each tell you a little bit about the information. So that's pretty much it. There is a authentication and login feature as well, and a little company section. So I'm going to be building this list right here of all the performance websites that relate to European cars right now. And when you log in, when you go home and then log in, Yes.
Good work for
Yeah. It works. Nope. Let's try Rob. Rob at Viking.com. Rob. Okay, broke it. Oh, I know why. So we had to register. Rob at Viking.com. Cool. So I just have it generic right now, so it's under my name. But basically, I want to have it here. It's going to be a content management system, and so people will be able to come and rate products, give suggested products, and kind of just give it. Because I think the best use of this is I could sit here for years coding information of what parts to get, but if you can like harness the power of people getting their information, professional information from shops, it'd probably be much faster and easier. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there any questions? Ed?
Have you thought about how you can make money from this?
Yes, I have actually. Because who doesn't like money? Definitely advertising on these sites to, like, you could put companies at the bottom. So if you hover over and caches your, you liked APR turbos, well then APR advertising can pop up at the bottom. Or, linking with other companies and kind of, I don't know, it's not white labeling, is it? It's, what's it called? I don't know. Working with other companies, I'm sure they could utilize this app too. But yeah, if that answers your question. Cool. Any other questions?
Potentially like franchising or licensing this platform or managing it as a service.
Yeah, I think managing as a service, just kind of a one-stop shop. So everybody could be like, okay, I have a European car. What do I buy? I'm going to Eur Tune, kind of thing.
So, I'll let him. Yeah, Steve.
So I like the look and feel of stuff. The vehicle picture. Where are you getting that information? How was that?
Oh, great question. So the vehicle picture on the homepage is coming from Edmunds API. So basically, when you do your query right here, you put in whatever car you want. Right here, 2000. We'll do 8 again. That information, the pictures and the data is coming directly from Edmunds API, which they made me put a little logo at the bottom. They're like, you can't use this without giving us recognition. So I said, okay, put it at the bottom. But yeah, that's where it's coming from.
What was the most challenging part of putting this together, and what kind of time span did you have?
So, excellent question. He asked, what time span did I have and what was the most challenging part? And I would say conceptualizing the idea, because kind of, especially at this stage in our career, figuring out the scope of a project, how long it's going to take, what skills you have to be able to make it go faster, slower, whatever. I definitely kind of overshot a couple times. I really wanted to build some big stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And I would say the front end work is making it look good. It's actually harder, but more fun. And the back end, you don't really have anything to look at, but it's easier. So that was also difficult. And so, because I was conceptualizing the idea for so long, I kind of like burned a week. And I really built this in like 3 to 4 days. So I was actually pretty surprised. I had a lot of help from the instructors, so yeah, it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Given 3 or 4 days,
Yeah,
It's amazing.
it has to be said.
I'm impressed. I don't
Yeah.
know.